Welcome back, welcome back. All right, so welcome to episode 17, part 7, chapter love, titled Be Yourself. Now we're gonna go ahead and dive right in because in this channel we are time efficient, or at least try to be. All right, so being yourself, right? That it takes a little bit or a lot of work depending on who you are, what your childhood was, etc. But one of the important things I want to point out from the beginning, and then I'm going to answer at the end, is if you don't like yourself, it's going to be tough to be yourself. If you don't know who you are, it's obviously going to be tough to be yourself because you don't know who that is. Now, being your genuine, honest self, I have to say it's one of the most precious things, and it is the best thing to be than not. Being your true self, whatever that may look like, you'll be able to experience true healthy love. Because you can't be loved unless you are known. You can't be loved unless you are known. Now, we have social media now, right? A bunch of people can know you, air quotes, right? They may see you there, you post all this stuff, you post this content. Shoot, you're watching this right now, you're hearing this right now, you have some sense of who this chick is, right? But you don't really know me. It's perhaps admiration. It's perhaps like, oh, bro, she speaks some great things. She says some things that it clicks, or respect perhaps. But you don't know me to love me. To be able to experience love, you need to know the person. And how can anybody know you if you don't know yourself? Again, same thing like from yesterday. We're not responsible for our partner's life, in that sense, for our own partner's path. That's an individual task. Each individual person needs to take care of themselves. It's an individual task. You want to be able to do that because you are telling yourself and others around you that you matter enough to do that, to put in the effort, to put in the work, to really dig down and get to know who am I. And then after that, show it off. Be like, this is who I am. Be yourself. Once you are yourself, I'm telling you, love is going to be pouring in because you are your genuine self. There's nothing more beautiful than to see a person that loves themselves, that, first of all, is not embarrassed to be themselves, right? They don't care anymore. They don't care about other people's opinions. They don't care about yours. If you're their partner, bro, I love me. I know I look good. I know maybe I need a haircut, but I still look good, right? So one of the steps here, and I guess being vulnerable with you all, is I struggled a lot with, one of my core wounds is I was always told to shut up, to leave the room, or adults, I'm talking about adults in my life, that they were supposed to nurture me and tell me, no, speak up. I want to hear what you want to say or what you have to say. Like, what, you think this is creative? Wow, you drew this? Oh, how pretty. No, instead I was told, shut up, literally shut up. Stop talking, leave the room. If I didn't leave the room, or if they would see me come in, they would just leave the room themselves, shut the door. They would lock me out, or just, it sounds pretty terrible. So imagine being a kid growing up like that, your first developmental years. I'm talking about from like 4 or 5 years old till about 9, 10 years old. I still struggle with that in my adulthood years. Sometimes I'm still in a room and I ask myself, am I being too much? Am I talking too much? Am I being annoying? Those thoughts still come, because I learned from young age was that for people to like you, you need to shut up. For people to want to be around you, you need to just be a paint in the wall, basically. Not interrupt them. Don't get in the way. Don't be too talkity. Just stay away, basically. And you are allowed to be in the same space. So growing up as an adult, and me being a very opinionated adult, for anybody that knows me, it's tough. And you're wondering, how the heck is that one of her core wounds? But look at how she walks the room, how she presents herself. I introduce myself to every single individual I see, wherever I'm going. Most importantly, like I was telling a friend last week, is because that's my way of showing myself love, showing that inner wound, right? Inner child, that you are valuable. I see you. I respect you. You matter. You are meant to speak up. If you have something to say it. Don't be afraid to do so. You are just as valuable as anyone here in the room that's in it with you. But also, I don't know who else is struggling with the same thing. So I like to walk around, make myself be known, tell them, hey, hi, I'm Wanda. What's your name? Because I want to let them know I see you. You are a human being. You are in my presence and I see you. That's the most important thing for me. So when it comes to being yourself, love yourself. When those voices may come arise, I don't know what your inner wound is, what you still struggle with, and that's fine. Just be mindful and focus. What are the thoughts that are coming into your head? My thoughts are those. Am I being too much? Am I talking too much? Am I being annoying? Should I shut up? Should I say less? Should I, right? Those are the thoughts. Now, your thoughts have to be louder than those thoughts that come. Because those thoughts that are coming into your mind, that's from the past. That's not you. And first of all, those were never your thoughts. When I was a little girl, my thoughts were never, shut up, Wanda. Get out of the room. Don't be a bother. Don't. Those weren't my thoughts. I never said those things. They were said to me. I was told those things. They were never my own thoughts to begin with. And that's what I want to chime in, and I want you to focus on. What are some of the thoughts that you think about yourself and that don't allow you to be yourself, because it's a core wound, and a lot of the times these things come from childhood? Focus on that. That's why I always say, focus. Take a moment. Stop. I know sometimes those thoughts are racing and they're just do. You need to slow it down to be able to filter them. Well, who said this? Who told me? When was this? Were those my own thoughts? A lot of the times I can assure you they were not. Especially as a child, we don't think ill of ourselves. Why would we say such things? We're beautiful creatures. Majority of us, we're so cute. We're so innocent. So no, a lot of those thoughts that you still struggle with are not yours to begin with. Okay? Now, to answer the question that I said at the beginning, or the statement, if you don't like yourself, or if you don't know yourself, being yourself heals you. I know for a fact that you know who you are to some degree. You were just probably told so many times, like me, to not be yourself. That being you was not a good thing. You need to erase those thoughts, move them away, and talk to yourself. Because being yourself heals you. You are showing yourself love. When you are yourself, you are showing yourself, you are embracing yourself, you are hugging yourself, saying, I I am valuable. I am worth it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about anymore. Everyone struggles with something. And I'm not going to be everyone's, tased. I'm not going to be everyone's buddy. I'm not going to get along with everyone. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that I need to stop being myself just because others don't like it or others are uncomfortable with the fact of who I am. No. So keep pushing for yourself, okay? We are all in the process. We are all still broken in some way. We are all still healing from some type of something. So don't get too overwhelmed. Take it one step at a time, okay? Because you are valuable. And you can do this the same way that I have been able to do it and that I continue to do it every day. There's nothing different between you and I. It's just about the will. You have to want it and be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Okay? All right, guys. Let's go into the spiritual side. This is the part, if you don't want to go ahead and hear about G-O-D, which is not quite G-O-D, I guess, but I just like to give the disclaimer in case if you want to disconnect. But all right. Have a great day. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Let's keep it going. Okay. All right. So spiritual side. I wanted to put here, read in the words of Tyler Perry. You are worthy because God gave you breath in your body. You have a right to walk this planet just like everyone else. You have a right to every good and perfect gift because God said you are good and perfect. Whatever you do, get to worthy, knowing your self-worth, knowing that being yourself is valuable. Once you're there, I'm paraphrasing now, once you're there, help someone else get there too. And to finish that off, he says, I challenge you to get to worthy. I challenge you. So I'm saying this to you now. I challenge you to be yourself. I challenged you to go out there and say, I am worth it. I challenge you to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, whatever that may look like for you. For me, it was to go in a room full of people and talk and be comfortable and not get so anxious and not get an anxiety attack and not beat myself up the whole time in my head. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Make it a practice. You need to practice. It's your habits, okay? Because I promise you, I walk into a room now, when I see a room full of people, oh, that's my jam. I'm like, ooh, I get to interact with people. I'm like, I get to meet new people. I get to communicate. I love getting to know about your stories. I love getting to know what have you gone through? How have you excelled? What is your story? Come on. Like, just being able to communicate and learn about each other's lives. And it is magical to me how strong we are, how, we don't give up. And that is beautiful. So don't give up.